Oh, well, I'm alive. That's the first thing I noticed about myself this morning when I got up. I'm still alive. You know, it's not a guarantee. Some people die in their sleep. I wonder if I would like that. Dying in my sleep. The thing about dying in your sleep, and people don't think about this. If you die in your sleep, you don't get any last words. You don't get that last serving of outspoken. You don't get to say anything. If you're stabbed or if you fall down some stairs or something, if you're stabbed, you can, what? Why did you stab me? What did you stab me? And then maybe some famous quote or something you get to do, I could have been a contender. Give me liberty. Give me death, From the window to the wall, to the sweat drops down my balls. I mean, you get to, at least if you're out and about, or if you're not asleep, if you're not dying in your sleep, you get that last moment. Even if you're falling down some stairs, you're like, oh, dang, this is the last time I'm gonna be alive. High five, what the fuck? Yeah, but at least you get a final say. Because otherwise, if you just die in your sleep, you just get that epithet. Yeah, an epithet is something people write it on your on that gravestone, that death marker. That funeral yard little placard or placard. I'm not sure. I think it is French origin. But then somebody else guesses, what you would have said, or they give you a final little hoo-ha on there. So, what do you think you'd do, Raleigh Mal? Would you die in your sleep, or would you want to go out in a living moment?
I think I want to go out in a living moment.
And what would you have a final word or something? Would you get one final jab in at the world, a verbal jab?
Yeah, I don't know. I would say, something.
Alrighty, we'll come back to you, bud. We'll come back to you with that. Today's episode is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza, 1811 Pico Boulevard, on the way to the beach in Los Angeles. Gray Block, get that hitter, baby. Let's get into it. Come on, baby. This is Eddie Ninefold, the come up.
I'm on a come up, yeah. Feels real good after I've been so blue. He's on the come up, he's on the come up. I'm on the come up. It feels so good to have a brand new view. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I just broke off with my baby. Now I can finally get the love in you. Yeah, yeah. Well, I just moved up to Lucky Street when the mayor came and said to me, you're on the come up. You're on the come up.
Come on, baby.
And it's plain to see between you and me, we got so much love and chemistry. It's time to come up. It's time to come up. Well, good things keep on coming, and there ain't gonna be no running. No, I'm on the come up. Come up. Well, I just got home and now I'm back. I got so many people asking where I'm at. I've been to Tennessee.
see Havana, Ohio. And that's that right there, baby. That'll get you. And if that don't get you, then you probably can't be got. If that don't get you, you probably can't be got. Because music has that infectious ability. You know, there's very few things that can just get you immediately out of nowhere and make you behave differently. A dog bite can do it. A bee. A bumblebee, baby, they can do it really heavily if they choose, if they wanna, if they're feeling like it. A dog bite, a bee. What else? Lightning, which is really just God's bumblebee, baby. And music. Those are the things that can really get you, just take you from nothing to something. And an escalator. Those are about the 5 things that can really maybe shift what's going on with you. I went to the fights. That's what I did this past weekend. I went out there to Las Vegas. And man, it was a scorcher. The plane couldn't even land because at first the runway was 115 degree. And they said that if the runway, if it's higher than 114 or something, they can't land. So that took an extra 40 minutes of delay time. And then you're sitting there and it's, it just, then you're having to kind of mingle and there was 2 like just thoughts. I mean, just real girls that had looked like they'd just been, the kind of girls that'll just, they'll just look like they've been beaten up even at Christmas. And one of them was just so aggravating and just kept ordering drinks. And the guy in the, the server or the flight attendant. Sorry, I don't mean server. But the flight attendant, the airman, he said, we can't have drink. And the lady ordered 3 times and just a nightmare. And I just wish that I was Italian enough to do that thing where when you're sitting behind somebody in Italian movies, sometimes the person in the back seat will put a cord around the person in the front seat's neck and just lace them up like a shoe until they're not alive anymore. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. There was 2 girls. One of them deserved to live. I'm going to say it. I'll put it like that. The other one, we didn't need her. We didn't need her. Did we need her? Nope. We sure didn't. She said, I don't know. Jesus Christ. And who's emailing me now? Best Buy? Bunch of assholes. What do they think I'm going to do? Hey, Best Buy, let me say this to you, okay? Every night you want to email me around midnight, 1 a.m. First of all, your stores aren't even open at that time. Have you thought about that? Second of all, what do you think I'm going to do? You think I'm going to get out of bed with my stuffed animal or with a girl maybe, but you think I'm going to get out of bed to go look at one of your Xeroxers or look at one of your 71 inchers? It's 1 a.m. And you guys are beating me over the damn screen face with your, we got toasters. We got Mortal Warrior 60. Join the group. Don't you want this oven? Bitch, I'm asleep. I don't need an oven while I'm sleeping. All right, I'm trying to get some rest. I'm not trying to get a deal, Best Buy. So you best believe me when I tell you to leave me the fuck alone in the emails. But anyway, yeah, so I got out to the fights and what was going on? I mean, there was first of all, it was a packed event. You know, I get over there and well, did you watch the fights, Riley Mao? Did you watch the fights, brother?
I did not.
Alrighty, what'd you do over the weekend, bub?
Filmed the wedding.
Oh, wow. And whose was it?
Don't know. It was a Catholic wedding.
Oh, okay. And now what's the time, what's the time commitment? You're going to go film a wedding. What kind of time commitment is that?
Pretty much all day.
Okay. And do you have a certain shot list you like to try to get?
I do.
Okay. And is there any kind of sneaky shots? Will you get something like, is there any stuff you try to sneak in the back room or hide behind a window or something, get something? A little perverse. Not perverse, but you know what I'm saying? Something that's going to, you know, make them cover the baby's eyes. If they're watching the video back, it's going to make them cover the child's eyes if they're in there watching it.
I do not.
Okay. So you guys really more of a PG outfit over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And have you ever filmed a wedding where you didn't think that they should go through with it?
Not that I could think of.
Alrighty. How's your own love life going, man? Last time we'd had you here, you had there was a woman who'd let you down from Memphis, I remember.
Yep.
Kendra, I think was her name. What was it?
I don't even remember. I got her out of my mind.
Wow.
Yep.
Isn't it funny how it'll happen? How one day it's the most important thing to you, and then it's old male. You know?
Exactly.
What's up with the wedding bells on your own front? Is there any new relationships in your life?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
Still looking.
You still looking, huh?
Yeah.
Are you on the apps? Or you just letting the Lord work? How you managing it?
I'm just letting the Lord work.
Amen, Bubby. Amen. And what about, I struggle over the years with a little bit of pornography. Do you struggle with it or you're good?
I don't. I'm good.
God, you're lucky. Dear God. Motherfuck. All right. Well, I'll tell you about the fights, man. Okay, you guys, if you didn't see the fight, I mean, it was, first of all, I get there. There's tons of, Joe Rogan has done an amazing job over the years. He created this unique bridge where comedy and where comedians and fighters are allowed to commingle and there's a mutual kind of, I don't know if it's definitely a respect in the fighter's direction, but there's I got to go up to Max Holloway and say hello, and he knew who I was. I mean, that was made my life, you're able to, in my DMs, I'm communicating with other fighters. I run into other fighters, and there's just Ricky Simone, Corey Sandhagen and I will communicate some, Tai Tuivasa, who was drinking beer out the boot up there on that cage after he gave Greg Hardley he just hit him. He gave him that fat rattler, baby, He fucking hit him with that New Zealand brown snake, baby, you feel me? He really shook him down with that big coconut cane pole, daddy. He snuck him. He snuck him with that magic arm duck. He bit him with that that elbowed quacker, dog, that dirty duck, that left or that right. I don't remember which one it was, but there's just a way and that's all because of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan does comedy. He does UFC. He's the voice of UFC, and so it's interesting. He's allowed to commingle with those people, and there's a level of, I don't know if it's definitely respect towards the fighters, because they're fighters. So there's always a lot of respect towards fighters, but there's a level of respect that comes back from those guys towards the comedians and stuff. I think it's interesting because, we all put ourselves out there in some way to get an energy or a vibe or something, to be seen or heard. Fighters, they're fighting to get that, they want to, we're all trying to prove something. We're all trying to fill in a void or a necessity. There's these spaces inside of us that are missing a building block. And we're all trying to, out in the world, just chiseling different moments and different goals to get them to fill whatever that space is. And I notice a lot. I notice it between fighters. I notice it between comedians. I notice it between strippers, pornographists. But yeah, this need to be seen or noticed or complete. But yeah, and Joe Rogan's really built that, but he makes it okay kind of for comedians and fighters to interact, because he's that Lego that's keeping that both of those entities connected. Yeah, I went to the fights. I didn't know that Joe Rogan had left me 2 tickets. So I get there, I got one. I just brought myself, So I get there, I got 2 tickets, but it's already into the undercard. So I texted a couple people. I didn't know anyone that lived in Vegas. So I texted Glenn Big Baby Davis. He was a guest on this past weekend. He's a Louisiana guy. I figured I'm there to see Dustin, another Louisiana guy. It'd be great. Glenn had just left town. And so then I'm stuck. And I thought about trying to text a hooker or something, but then what if they show up, they don't look like their picture, and then now you're sitting next to some lady that looks like Bert and Ernie. I don't know if you ever done that, but sometimes you get an escort, they show up, they'll look like Bert and Ernie. You're like, dang, okay, this double puppet out here, I can't even, and nothing like the picture they had on the internet. They must have been hit by lightning and stung by bees or something, because there will be a total different vibe or energy coming off that woman. Beautiful ladies. And now, look, and they're beautiful ladies. I'm just saying, the last minute, you don't want to get a last minute hooker. That's not, some things or escort. I shouldn't say hooker like it's, it sounds a little, I guess, like they're not doing anything. I mean, hookering. But I respect hookers and escorts. I respect anybody that's doing something like that. You ever consider anything like that? Raleigh Mal, you ever considered using, some men or something, if they're not having luck with women, will get out there and get a lady of the night kind of. Has it ever crossed your mind or what?
I know a few people that have, but not for me.
Okay. And what do you think about, do you look down on it, or it's just not your thing? Do you feel like it would be too nervous of an interaction?
It's just not my thing.
Yeah. And what type of places are you trying to meet ladies these days? You at the laundromat, or are you indoors, outdoors? Where are you trying to meet these gals?
Anywhere. Anywhere. Never thought about a laundromat, but hey, can't go wrong.
Well, I'll tell you what's good about a laundromat is that it's a place where women prefer to do laundry. And I'm not saying it's a sexist thing or and I'll be honest, they do it better. I've seen a dude with some laundry and it looks like somebody just kidnapped a bunch of clothes. When you see a guy with some laundry, it looks like it shouldn't really. It looks sad. I'm going to say that. But a woman, you see laundry, you see her, she's able. It's just women are more delicate. Clothes are delicate. So when you see the two together, it just has a more comfortable fit. I'm not saying women need to do laundry. I'm not saying that at all. Okay? I know a couple cushy Viettes. A couple soft-handed Viettes. You won't even see them touch the pillowcase, and next thing you know, it's all, folded into a damn duck or into a damn Raven Simone even. One of them could even fold it into a damn, a Larry Bird. I mean, the ability sometimes of the small paws on a Vietnamese person to maneuver the cloth into perfect shapes and stuff is magnifique, as they say abroad. Magnifique. But what were we talking about? What were we talking about, Riley Mal? You remember?
Can't at the moment.
Alrighty, man. Me neither, bub. So I'm gonna let you off the hook on that one. But damn. Well, anyway, went to the fights. Dustin won. I almost got to go in the ring when he won, which would have been pretty cool. I mean, it's you're just there to support him. It was also awesome to see Sean O'Malley. He's just an entertaining guy. And he's trying to, add to his knockout resume. Chris Moutinho was the guy who fought him, and that was one of the most exciting parts of the night was when that guy just kept taking the hits from Sean O'Malley. Because we all want to keep going. We all want to take the hits and keep going. And we do. We do it on a day-to-day basis. So to see this little, he had the green hair color, this little Jolly Rancher. He looked like a My Little Pony kind of hopped up on Jolly Rancher candies. But to see him, and I don't even say that in a rude way. I was fascinated. It was one of the highlights of the evening. People were chanting Rocky at one point. To see him just keep going, to see them call the fight at the end and not let him finish was a little rough, but man, that was amazing because we all want to take the hits and keep going, and he did that. Yeah, that was amazing, man. What else? What else is happening? What else happened this weekend? We had some videos that came in, some submissions of things that were going on, and I'll get into those in just a second. We'll find out a little bit more what's going on from Mr. Riley Mao and see what's happening out there in the hot world and the low key Christian, young fella Asian world. We'll get into that in just a second. I'm going to tell you this. Wouldn't it be great if there were a pocket-sized guide that could help you sleep, focus, act, and be better? Well, there is. If you have 10 minutes, Headspace can change your life. Headspace is one of the only meditation apps advancing the field of mindfulness and meditation through clinically validated research. So whatever the situation, Headspace really can help you feel better. If you're overwhelmed, Headspace has a 3-minute SOS meditation for you. God, I need that. You need help falling asleep? Headspace has wind down sessions. I've used Headspace I like it. It helps. It's available. And it has the different options. That's the thing. It's backed by 25 published studies, 600,000 five-star reviews. But look, meditation is what you make it. You have to want it. If you want it, you'll get it. You deserve to feel happier. Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/Theo. That's right. Go to headspace.com/THEO for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. It's the best deal offer right now. Head to headspace.com/Theo today for a free 1-month trial. You deserve it, I think. Also want to let you know that tickets are going on sale Friday for the Netflix special taping. We will be taping in Nashville at the Ryman Auditorium. You'll be able to get those through theovon.com/tour. And that's where I would suggest that you get them. Man, it's going to be exciting. What else? Oh, I'll tell you this. You need to know it. That ShipStation is the one who can do it for you. You know, people sell things online. You ever sold something online, Riley Mao?
I have.
What'd you sell, Bubby?
Oh, man, I've sold iPads, phones, a lot of stuff.
Okay. Electronics. Yep, you can sell all types of things. You can also sell your crafts online. You ever done a craft, Riley?
I have.
Well, you can sell them online. That's right. You can sell your crafts online at ShipStation. Yep, that's it. You can import orders from any sales channel, ship with any carrier using ShipStation's deeply discounted rates. Automate just about any shipping task. No matter if you're selling through Shopify, Etsy, or your own website. ShipStation. Heck, you could even sell ships. If you made small ships, you could sell them. Hey, you're shipping through ShipStation. You can sell anything from anywhere. The interface is on your phone. If you want to use UPS, FedEx, USPS, ShipStation easily compares carriers and chooses the best solution. Every time with ShipStation, small businesses can now access the same rates usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies. Just use our offer code THEO to get a 60-day free trial. That's 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free shipping. That's ShipStation.com. Enter offer code THEO. Make ship happen. Riley Mao, there was a lot of, since you've been in here, there's been a lot of alleged attack on Asian in the world. Have you heard about this?
I have.
And were you seeing any of that on your doorstep? Were you seeing, anything like that? Were people throwing torches through your windows or anything? What's going on? Give me your feed on it.
Man, I didn't even know it was a thing until someone brought it up to me, and I was like, oh, it's a thing.
Do you see any reason why it's happening? Do you... see, I can't decide. Here's the thing. Every day, probably 700 people get attacked, I would say, in America. Just generally. Based on the numbers of people and the possibility of other people that want to attack someone. Would you agree maybe that?
Yeah.
So some of those people are going to be Asian. Just because there is Asian people that are alive.
Right.
Statistically, they're just... So I can't tell if it's really a thing or if there's just... Of the 700 attacks, 4 of them are Asian. And so they just focus on them now, Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. There's just, people are Asian.
Yep.
They're alive. It's going to happen.
Do you have any more insight? Are you hearing anything from your grandparents? Is anybody sending you a scroll or sending you something, is there any, are you getting any old school information? Is there, what's coming down the Asian pipeline that you're hearing? Are you guys, getting armored up? Is there any intel you can give us?
Yeah, man. No, I mean, as far as I am and my family, we're clean. I haven't heard anything.
Okay. And have anybody been attacked, your folks or anything?
No.
Okay. So it's not at your doorstep, huh?
Not that I know of.
Yeah. Well, good, man. I'm glad you're staying safe and you're staying busy out there, and I'm happy to see you today, bub.
Great to be here. Great to see you too.
Alrighty. Let's get into a little more. I've also got some tickets out there for Huntsville, Alabama. People can go check it out. What else happened at the fight? Let me think what else happened. There was I ran into a lot of great people. There was so many TPW fans, King and the Sting listeners, or TPW listeners, King and the Sting listeners, and that was great. Just running across people. The Uber situation in Vegas was insane. The taxi lines, it was all insane. There was a Bruno Mars concert going on. You listen to Bruno Mars, Riley?
I do.
All right, we had a Bruno Mars going on. You had Garth Brooks, who is basically the white Bruno Mars, the white senior citizen Bruno Mars at this point. And he hid the bodies or whatever, but you got Garth Brooks. Then you had the UFC, and man, it was just so many people going around. And what else? Yeah, was at the fight. So anyway, I'm sitting next to an empty seat the whole time because I had an extra ticket. Couldn't find anybody to go, and you don't want to get a last minute hooker. I don't feel like. You don't. It's just a lot. It's just because there's that risque moment. And anybody that's ever been involved in hookering, whether you've been a consumer or whether you've sold weenie or sold a female crotch, that I mean, it's the picture people put out there on the interwebs is not the picture that shows up at the door. Okay? It is a little different. It's kind of like pizza. It's kind of like Domino's, or the stuff you see on the documents, on the pamphlets or whatever. That's not. It looks good. The Cinnabons or with the crunchy, the cinnamon, little, chum nuggets or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Do you know what those are called, Riley Mao?
I don't.
Awesome. And so the whatever. Anyway, the treats on the thing, on the pamphlets look good. They look good. The shit you shows up at your door looks fucking That's what that and so I just didn't want some some lady who's got 2,000 lip injections and she's if she her lips are like a flotation device in case something happens, like on an airplane they would be doing the thing in the beginning, like a mask will fall from the ceiling, please put the thing, there's a life dressing under your seat, please pull it out and put it around your neck. And she would just point her lips like, hey, if we go in the water, I'm good. I got these fucking tongue pontoons up here on the outside of my mouth hole. That's going to keep us all safe. So I just didn't want to get, I don't know. I did. That was just a risky move. And then also I didn't want to sell the ticket because I didn't want Joe Rogan hearing, oh, I sold his fucking ticket, even though he probably would have appreciated it. I know he's a capitalist guy, just like all the rest of us are in this country, or, but I just didn't know. So anyway, I had an extra seat, and I was by myself. I was right behind Dustin's wife and his like kind of family friends, Tim and his wife, and so it was kind of I could go up and talk with them, and that was exciting. And you could see the different celebrities coming in and out. That was pretty cool. One thing that's tough about the last time I went, I got to sit in the seats that are right behind Joe Rogan. So one thing I realized when I'm over there, when I sat over there, you can hear the commentators commentating the fights. You can hear what's going on. The seats that I had this time, I wasn't close enough to hear them, so you don't hear any commentating. Like at home, you hear the commentating on a television. But I wasn't hearing any of that. So you're just kind of looking a lot. It's a lot of looking and listening, but not hearing like a ton. It's kind of like bird watching. It's a little bit like bird watching. After the fight, I snuck in into the back area. I got to met some of the Cleveland Browns. That was really cool, man. Actually, super nice guys. Baker Mayfield, Austin Hooper, respect, man. And we talked about the dark arts. I guess he's, he definitely is, he knew about them. And so we discussed some of that, and Odell Beckham Jr. met that man. Who else was back there? David Cho, who's friends with Bobby Lee. You know who that guy is, Riley Mal?
I do.
There you go. And there was some different Sia, there was some different musicians, all the celebrities that you saw on television if you watch the fights. JB was there, Justin Bieber, I didn't get to see him. Donald Trump, I didn't get to see him. I saw him come in, but I didn't get to say hey or anything. But it was definitely, it's just all of what's going on. You got the fighters, you got the fan. It was exciting. But the difference is, the value in seeing it on television is you can hear the commentators. You can hear what's going on. And the tough thing about being at the venue is you don't get any of that. So you just guessing. Are they in an arm roll? Are they in a, did he put him in a leg monster? What happened? Is he bleeding? Is he bruised? Is he, did he have too much, breakfast? You don't have any of the information. Is he on the front foot, side control, mission control, missionary? You don't know any. If you on television, you get Joe and John and Daniel Cormier telling you the different things. But when you're just standing there looking, you don't know if the guy is, if he's flat-footed, if he's got two arms, if he's, doing a double entendre. You don't know if he's, you don't know if some guy's getting beaten. You don't know if it's, you don't know if somebody has asthma, or if they won their last fight. You don't know if, Sugar Sean's about to knock the color, the food coloring out that one dude. I mean, you don't know any of the information. So, but it was magical. It was really magical. It was just great to be there, to be able to support Dustin. Then I got to go over to Dustin and his wife's home after, and meet some of his coaches, and that was really cool because I got to ask them some questions. I met the owner of the Atlanta Hawks, the basketball team. I'm kind of just bragging here, but it was just interesting. Just interesting people to talk to about stuff. They had an Uber driver that drove a brown car. and I'd never seen a brown car since my dad had one. You know, my dad had a Delta Cutlass 88. He had that Delta Cutlass 88, and he bought it off a couple brothers down the block. And it had 22s in the trunk. And he didn't need the 22s, but he couldn't hear anyway. My father couldn't hear well. You know, when I got to know my father, he was in his, probably about 78. Time I got to kind of start to know him. And he would drive us around and just listen to, news and public radio on with bass. So it'd just be like, Jesse Jackson, just listening to just stuff about politics and it was crazy. Listening to the weather. There's a 70% chance of rain. Just these huge 22s just rattling in the trunk. And one of them had old Chinese food in it. And it kind of fermented in there. But anyway, let's get into a couple of videos that came in. Riley, tell me about this. Have you been on any other dates since I've seen you?
I was close to one, but no.
And what kind of gal was it if you had to describe her? Give me 5 words to describe her.
Let's see. Brunette, cute, funny, talented, female.
Okay. Talented seems like talented seems like, what was the talent?
She, everyone in Nashville, she sings, plays guitar, plays piano.
Musician gal.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, wait, I forgot. You also were involved in some sort of crime thing or something, weren't you?
I was.
And what happened with that? Did you, what was that deal? I remember somebody sent me a picture and said, and I'm sorry I didn't check in with you about it. It was late at night when I got it, and I think I was probably watching a movie or something, or watching one of those 2020 episodes. Have you ever seen this show?
I have.
God, it's good. But anyway, what happened with you?
Yeah, just super long story, but basically, it was just a couple roommates. But I don't talk to them anymore. They don't talk to me, which is good. So we've gone our separate ways.
And did you go to jail or anything?
I did not.
Okay. Could you handle it in jail, you think? What do you think you would do if you went?
I think I could handle it.
I don't see that, but I do like your attitude about it, man.
Yeah, not a lot of people see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think you would have would you keep a weapon on you or something?
In prison, I don't think that's allowed. If it was allowed, oh yeah.
Okay. Right there, I'm telling you, look, I'm going to tell you straight up, Bubby. You don't stand a chance. You are going to get torpedoed in the butt if you don't have a weapon on. Of course, it's not allowed. All right? If you are going in prison by what is allowed, dude, you're done. You're done, Bubby. And I'm sorry to tell you that straight up, but you can't get to prison and be like, hey, guys, let me see the rule book, before I settle in for the night. You will die in your sleep by murder, not natural causes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I think you gotta have a shank. You gotta have a shiv. You gotta have a throwing star or a death star. Get a culturally appropriate weapon. Get a damn saya or something. Who was the Ninja Turtle that had the weird thing that nobody ever wanted to be? That guy.
Yes, yeah.
Who was he? Do you know it?
Not at the top of my head, no. It's been a hot minute.
That's your people, Bubby. And he had the sayas, I think they're called, or sayas or something, or sayas. Sayas. But anyway, get a weapon, man. And have you thought about the thing? What would you say if you're dying, Raleigh?
I've not.
Okay. Do you has anything kind of come to your head that was, your last words?
Not that I could think of.
All right, we'll come back to you in a little bit. The last words is a tough one. Your wife shows up, puts 4 or 5 shells right in your cleavage or whatever, in your neck. What do you say? Why did you do it? You want to go out with something heroic, You want to go out like with a, I'm awesome. Like you want to get whatever, what would you say? Hit the hotline with that, 985-664-9503. I would love to know, what would you say? It's your last words. You've just been shivved or, or poked or whatever they are. Some Asian fella hit you in the damn back with a bow staff or something. Some freaking G'd out Viet in a damn rice rocket. Just ran over you and now he's going to run back over you. He's just softening you up for the Lord with that Honda Civic. And you get one chance to say something. What do you say? Go to hell. What do you say? I could have, I'm hungry. What do you say? You got last words. What do you say? It's a good question. We had a lot of neat stuff that came in for the episode. I want to take a peek at some of it right now. Here's a question that came in right here. Here we go, gang.
Hey, this is Dakota out of North Carolina. And
there's a video question. And thank you, Dakota, for sending this in. And I like seeing video question. I can get a visual of you. Because without visual, I don't know. I hear your voice. I don't know who you are. Are you a senior citizen? Are you black? Are you brown? Are you white? Are you pink? Are you pink? Do you have a skin condition or something? Which is fine if you do. When I was growing up, we had a fella bust real tender skin. He didn't get all 8 layers of skin. Kind of God shorted him and he old 5 layer. And his name was Franklin, bro, and they would call him 5 layer Franklin. And damn, sometimes you would see the sun poke out the clouds and almost just put him on his damn knees. Dear God. And so people would run over with umbrellas or something. He always had a couple umbrellas on him. But damn, old 5 layer, they couldn't even, you pat him on the back and almost fucking put him on the ground. You could feel his spine real well. You could feel his C-spine, T-spine. You could feel his LMNOP spine if he was a damn pervert. But praise God, thank you for sending this message in here, Dakota, from North Carolina. And if you like to talk about basketball or chewing tobacco, then you will love North Carolina, man. It's where you could you could hit a 3-pointer and you could put a damn 6-pointer in your lip if you get one of them high dose dipping snuff packets. Onward.
I was just wondering how you feel about the trade world. Like the trade industries, welders, pussy boy electricians, people who do drywall. Shit like that. I'm a welder. I got my helmet right here. And I was just wondering, how you feel about kids getting into the trade world instead of going to college,
Gang, baby, that's a good question, mister. I have a brother-in-law, a young fella named Ricky, I think. That's his name. That's what he told me his name was. And he could have lied to me, but he said it for years. That's what it was. But he's a welder, and he really seems to enjoy it. And I really think it's a good trade, and you can just be guaranteed kind of knowing what money you're going to make. You don't have to go to college where anything could happen at college. You could get you get a lot of diseases hit the dormitories. And people get something, yellow fever. Riley Mal, you ever have something hit the dormitories or something?
I have not.
Okay, did you ever stay in a communal living type of place for education?
I did.
And what happened in there? Did anybody ever come down with a stomach flu or something? Even at least ants. Did y'all get anything in the building? Anything that, a grievance that brought you guys together communally?
Not that I could think of.
All right, good. Well, that's awesome. But here's what I'm telling you, brother, is that, yeah, it's good. Get a trade. Know what you're going to do. Then you're in control of it. You go to college, you take an anthropology. You take 4 years anthropology, you fucking work in anthropology. You don't even, you never see a damn insect unless they got a damn roach hiding in a quilt in the back. So I think you have to, you're in control of your destiny. And I like welding, man. I do like it. I used to work at a piping company, and my job was washing off all the clevis hangers and the pipe fitter stuff and just organizing it. And I had to paint. And they had this kind of rubber stuff, this sealant you have to put on things. And every now and then, this song by Sugar Ray would come on the radio. And Sugar Ray also sounds like a nickname of like a gay man. But anyway, every time this band Sugar Ray would come on the radio, and they had a song called I Just Want to Fly. You ever heard this song, Riley?
I have not.
Well, you got to get out more, Bubby. And it would come on, and the welders would stop their welding, and they'd make us subservience. We was a couple of us, me and my tall friend Billy. He got bit by a shark, and he died, actually. Not at the same time. He died later from something else. Aneurysm or pills, and God bless him, man. I miss him. He was tall, and he was an asshole. My friend Billy was a complete asshole, but he also was nice. He also was funny, and we had a nice time working together. And we worked with this other little fella named Soldier, this black gentleman, and he had on about 90 do-rags, and he didn't do shit. That's the irony. He would come to work and not do shit. Like, how you gonna have on 90 do-rags and you ain't doing shit? But we had a good time, man. But anyway, when the song would come on, I Just Want to Fly. Or Cry, maybe it could have been. I just want to cry. Fly. I Just Want to Fly. By Sugar Ray's, that welders would make us dance. And they threaten us with the torches, and then they make us dance. But, very Lord of the Flies-esque kind of shit, but we made the most of it, and I really loved it, man. I loved going over there. I loved the sense of community. I loved, there was drug use if you wanted it, and I didn't mind that. So yeah, I think getting a trade, doing some welding, you get to wear neat hats. Welders have neat hats. Some cool little deals, and their wives get mad at them a lot. I remember that. A lot of the fellas would talk about how their wives were always mad at them. And we'd have good lunches. Get you a little big po' boy sandwich, man. Go over there by Sweet Gerald's. They had a gay fella over there on the West Bank of New Orleans. A little sandwich place over there named Sweet Gerald's. And god damn, it was good. The roast beef was wet, bro. And Sweet Gerald, I'll say this, he had a look in his eye like he sweetened the meat personally. You know what I'm saying? And that made you kind of cringe a little, when you swallowed. But after once you had a couple mouthfuls of it, you weren't complaining anymore. But praise God, brother. Thank you for sending in that question. Let's get to one more here. Oh, we got some hood fireworks in Chicago over here. Let's watch that.
Bitch gonna go crazy. Wait, so grab that bitch, son. Two in that bitch. I sue on baby, just like that. Damn! Hold that bitch, boy. Can't hold that bitch. Hold that bitch, gang. Oh, that bitch, boy. Hold that bitch, gang. Damn! That's what I'm talking about. Show her what you reckon with. Oh, that bitch rocking. That bitch rocking.
Damn. And you can hear children crying in the background of that. That is a very Fallujah vibe, you know. And hood fireworks is what it is, man. I mean, here's the thing. Everybody want to shut the hood down, but if you don't have the hood, you don't have hood shit going on. And you don't have this one. That last shell almost hit a damn dove, it looked like. And this is some real. I mean, you almost got they should make a team or something, this group. The guy in the back yelling, hold that bitch, gangsta. You know, these men are having a good time. A couple of adult men out there. You know, firing fireworks in the daytime. That was the interesting part. It is daytime still. So you kind of wonder what the end game was there with firing some shells. This shit looked real. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was in it, drove off in an MRAP, man. This looked real militario. So, what else? We got a lady duct taped to a plane seat. Let's look at this video. Somebody sent it in. Thank you for the submission.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You.
Oh, wow.
You are people.
Have a good one.
That's a lady exiting the plane as she look over and you see the lady sitting there duct taped. And they duct tape her mouth, but they didn't do a good job. Have you seen this video, Riley?
I have.
And what do you think when you see that kind of thing? What do you feel? What do you think?
I mean, it's a thing that happens.
Well, now previously they had a fella, they beat him down and drug him out of the flight a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. You remember that?
I do.
And now it's come to this. Now they're just leaving him in there, I guess, and just taping him up. Do you think that this is kind of handled properly? What would you do? You're at 2,000 feet or whatever. You know, you're on an airline. Somebody starts losing it. What is the and you're also a Weeblo scout. What scout are you, Riley?
Eagle.
Eagle, my bad. Now, as an Eagle scout, is this an appropriate way to detain somebody? Is there a special type of knot you would have done?
I mean, I think if you're 2,000 feet in the air, this is the only thing you can do.
Is duct tape them?
Yeah.
What kind of knot could have helped? Is there any knot that if you have to keep someone to a chair, what knot do you go? And this may be more of a question for a Weeblo. I don't know the different gradients.
No, honestly, any knot will do.
Okay. You have a favorite knot?
I like the bone line knot.
Okay.
Or the clove hitch.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I want to say, what do you think's leading to this kind of thing? I think there's a lot of people are not used to being around each other anymore. We've gotten a little bit more solo. It's the me generation and they're all me generations now. We're by ourselves. We're in our own worlds. When we have to interact with others, it stresses us out. We're not used to it. And nothing is more stressful than being on an airplane. Of course, where every other video you see, somebody's fist fighting, they're losing a tooth, they're attacking people. So it doesn't shock me that this is the place where the stress hits the fan, where the shit stress hits the propeller. And they duct taped the lady to a plane seat. What do you think is an alternative to duct taping them in like this, Riley?
I mean, if you're 2,000 feet in the air, I don't know if there is another.
Wrong answer, buddy. Sedating. It would be sedating. And, you know, this goes back to I was at a funeral recently. A guy died. Everybody I know dies. And I was at the funeral and I saw my principal from when I was in 3rd grade. And he used to be able to give me corporal punishment. That's where they can beat you with the spatula. Or with the, not spatula, but with the big wooden plank. And this dude roughed me down a couple times. Bill Brady was his name. And I said he aged well. He aged well. Still looks like he could really put it on me. I mean, it's still like he'd make par on my ass with that wooden plank. I'm talking greens and regulation. This dude would be up down with that thing. He knew how to work the paddle. And that was when you went to the principal's office, they could beat you. And that's what I think we should have. Instead of having, you hit them with a couple pills. Give them that butt lozenge, bro. Throw it in that back jaw, daddy. Hit them with that suppository. You guys do a lot of suppositories in your culture, Riley?
I don't.
And have you ever seen them or have you ever done them?
I've not.
Alrighty. Well, a lot of them, I'll tell you what it is. They take a vitamin or something, put it in your butt, or a pill, they put it in your butt. Do you know that?
I do.
Well, at least you guys are knowing it. And they say it's because your intestine absorbs drugs or whatever it is pretty quick. So, but that'll do it for you right there, getting that in you. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? Give them that fucking hot nugget up the old anus, and next thing you know, they're out. You don't have them duct tape. And who even taped this lady? The taping job is minimal, I feel like. It's basically shoulder tape and then just the mouth. Like, you gotta, I would say, the lady also has green hair. It's just, we're at the point where these are the loose ends of society. These are the loose ends of society, and God bless that lady. All right, here we go right here. A guy who looks like me hitting on girls.
Look at Rob striking out right now.
No, he's not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Look.
Here's a guy right there. Oh, he's staying confident. The hard part is to stay confident and look at a woman. Oh. Not bad there. Riley, what do you struggle with the actual moving in for the kiss? I've spoken about this recently a lot on this show, and do you struggle with that kind of thing? Where do you struggle with when it comes to those intimate moments?
Last time I remember it was my first kiss, and it was interesting. It was a little tough.
And what is the tough part? Like starting the kiss, maintaining it once you kind of get the kiss going? Do you remember what was some of the real strain?
It was just starting off. Once you're in it, you're in it.
And when you're in the kiss, what do you do with your hands? You put your hands around the woman? Were you aiming for breasts? Were you trying to make further moves, or were you just focusing on the mouth and the mouth activity?
I just put my arms around her like I was hugging her. That's
it. Beautiful. And was that indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, take the weather out of the equation, man. Keep more balls in your court,
Exactly.
And was that the last kiss you've had?
As of right now, yes.
We got to get you back out there, man. We got to get you back out there. And how do you fend off the desire to touch yourself then? That's what I struggle with sometimes.
I just don't have that desire.
Wow. And do you think it's because you're Asian? Do you think it's because you are What do you attribute that to? Because a lot of Asian people have that inner power.
I don't know if it's an Asian thing. I think it's a Lord thing.
Okay. Wow, man. Yeah, because a lot of whites are just out here just spraying out. You know?
Yeah.
So good for you, bub. All right, let's get into a couple more questions here. And I also want to let people know that the sun's out and your bum is out. But hopefully your pubic hair is not. You got pubic hair, Riley Mal?
I do.
Flip-flop season is upon us. And you're out here with those post-pandemic toenails. You got to tighten yourself up. Our friends at Manscaped have you covered. They just launched their 4th generation performance package and their Shears 2.0 nail grooming kit. Join the Manscaped movement by going to manscaped.com/Theo for 20% off and free shipping. That's right. The Performance Package 4.0 includes the new Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer will change the way you approach your grooming routine. And, you know, mine was, I got one. It didn't, I got to get my charger's messed up or something, but I got to get, the one time I used it, man, it was good. Got a light on it. You can see what you're doing. That's right. If the power goes out, you can use your Lawnmower 4.0 to illuminate the way. Has an LED spotlight. You can see your junk. Get 20% off and free shipping by going to manscaped.com/Theo. Support the podcast, guys. The podcast will disappear if there isn't support for it. Manscaped.com/Theo for 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com/Theo. Tame that summer swamp in your pants with Manscaped.com/Theo. I'll let you also know about BetterHelp, man. You ever been to a therapist, Riley?
I have not.
Well, you will one day, Bubby. And when you do, man, there's BetterHelp. And you can do it online. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on FaceTime. You know, I remember one time I was trapped somewhere. I don't even remember where. It could have been daytime or nighttime. I couldn't even remember. I couldn't even see that well. But I needed help. And God he wasn't not available, but I needed something. I wanted something different at the moment. And that's why I needed BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. This is therapy. These are licensed therapists. It's committed to facilitating great therapist matches. So they make it easy and free to change counselors. If you don't like your counselor, get a new counselor. This is one of the biggest issues with getting help. People get stuck with it. They start with a counselor and they stay with one, even though they know it's not helping them. Change it up. Change it up. You're there to get help. You're not there to, you're there to get better. Make sure it's a relationship that you can communicate in positively and negatively. Visit betterhelp.com/Theo. That's better, HELP. Join the over 1 million people who've taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. We all need help. And this past weekend, listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/THEO. I'll say this also. We got new merch available, theovon.com/store. We also have the art for sale, the Podcastville art. If you've seen the beautiful animation art that Papio Toon has done, go to theovon.pixels.com. You can get the Podcastville mugs. You can get the art. It's beautiful when they deliver it. Really nice stuff to have. theovon.pixels.com. What else? I'm drinking Liquid Death. You know that. And it's good. People are always sending me pictures on IG of them having an LD. And when I was young, LD stood for learning disabled. And we had a lot of it around us. You know, I grew up in the autism area and real hotbed for autism, or TISM, they called it then. We didn't know it was French or whatever. Now they hadn't put the "ow" on it. But, you know, Lance had the TISM, or somebody had it. Richard. You know, one fella named Sharpie. We had a black fella bus named Sharpie. And he had a hit of the TISM, man. A strong hit. Jesus. I mean, just damn. A genetic swamp inside that beautiful guy. And he had nice fucking legs, too, I remember. Dear God. Who has the nicest legs you've ever seen, Riley Mal?
Man, a lot of girls I've seen.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So are you a leg man when you fantasize, brother? You a leg man, or what do you think about? Titty what?
I mean, everything.
Oh, damn. Oh. Okay, big dog. Let's get to a couple questions that came in, and we'll figure some things out here. Here we go.
Hey, Theo. This is Cam from Lehigh, Utah.
Hey, Cam, from out there in Utah. And Utah it's a great place, man. If you want to wrangle a little bit of white titty, onward.
Just wanted to call in, man. This is my first time calling in. First off, I just got to say, man, I love you. Love you a ton, man. I know me and a bunch of my friends, we all listen to you. You know, you're something I get to look forward to every single week, and you put a smile on my face. And, you know, I'm hoping you can come out here to Salt Lake soon so we could see you.
Thank you, Cam. Praise God, brother. I appreciate that, man. It's nice you to share those words, man. It's important. Okay.
But anyway, man, I got a question for you. I'm 20 years old, almost 21. And I'm kind of starting to get to a point where I'm thinking about getting myself into a relationship, you know, maybe someone I can take out to McDonald's or somewhere nice like that, and then touch tummies with a little bit after, who knows.
Oh, damn. Okay. That McFlurry, baby. I feel you, gang.
But I'm talking to this girl who recently broke up with her boyfriend. They had been together for a little bit. But her boyfriend happens to be one of my best friends that I love like a brother. So I guess my question is, you know, what takes priority? Is it bro code? Can I, you know, chase this girl even though she's my friend's ex? Or, you know, do I got to let her go and I just got to find someone else, bro? Yeah. Gang, brother. I love you, man.
Gang, brother. Love you too, brother. You know, this is a tough one, man. I had a friend recently who was hooking up with who went on, I shouldn't say that, who went on a date with an ex of mine without asking me. I didn't know. I found out from her. And it hurt my feelings, man. You know, I got a lot of feelings, so it's easy for them to get hurt. I'm the kind, I have feelings left out in the yard. I got so many damn feelings. I got feelings inside, outside. You know, you'll sit down on my sofa and you're like, oh man, I sat on one of your feelings here. You know, I just have so much feelings, but, you know, I think you got to ask him first. That's the first move. Then you have to evaluate the response you get from him. You also don't have to do it immediately. You know, I think given there to be some time, but I would ask him, and I would just let him know how you know, hey, I know you dated someone, so I'm kind of interested in her. Do you think it would be strange if I explored a possibility with her? I think that's the way to do it. You got to start with the dude. Now, if he gets weird and is like, look, man, I think it's kind of messed up. I think it's okay to also explore some of his reasoning. Like, you know, if he's like, man, I still really like her, it'd be uncomfortable if she's around us, you know, if we go into taco time or whatever, and she's with us and she and I was just at taco time, I still got, you know, a picture of us in my phone from me and her sitting there a month earlier. That might be weird. But now she's over here nibbling on your fucking fajita biscuit, you know. that might be weird. So I think you just got to evaluate it, because he might, in a month, he might feel differently. He's going to feel a lot differently, at least if you talk with him and he doesn't find out some other way. So that's the only way to do it, man. Now, do we all do it that way? No. I mean, did I end up making out with some dude's date who he brought a girl to a show of mine in Dallas 4 years ago? Yeah. You know? And I still feel bad about it some mornings. So there's ways to do it. Riley, what do you think?
Yeah, no, you're right.
There you go, guys. All right, let's get another question here.
What's up, Theo? My name is Colin. I'm giving you a call from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
What's up, Colin? Down there from Palm Beach Gardens, baby, PBG. And that's good stuff going on down there in Florida. You know, beautiful people, a lot of summer Hebrews down there too. You see a lot of Hebrews down there summertime, wintertime. You know, and you'll see a lot of people, a lot of pedophiles out there up in North Florida. It's Latinos down in South Florida. You got a lot of escapees and a lot of swamp babies. You'll fucking see a baby learn to slither before it learns to crawl. Like, damn. People are like, oh, look, he's crawling. It's like, I don't know. He's moving fast and he just ate a mouse, but onward, brother.
I've seen you announce a lot of tour dates recently, and a little disappointed. I was wondering, what's keeping you away from Florida? I know I've listened to some podcasts and some other guys. They say they don't really like coming to Florida.
I love coming to Florida, man. I can't wait to get down there. I want to go to Orlando. That'll probably be the first place I'll go. I think we're putting together a Florida leg of the tour coming up. A lot of it just has to do with places I'd been to before and then getting to go back to them. It's taken a lot of, right now I'm 40 days off caffeine, 40 days sober from any drug or alcohol right now. So I'm trying to just get myself in a space where I'm healthy enough to get out and do touring, and to feel okay, But I'm feeling really motivated, and I'll get down there, man. We're putting a Louisiana tour together right now for right after Christmas, and I believe that we'll be in Florida and possibly even Canada right after the first of the year. So thank you for asking, man. We'll get down there.
Hey, Theo, my name's Luke. Hey, not you, shithead. Sorry, we named our dog Theo, and yeah. Anyway.
What's up, brother Luca? And that's a very interesting name, and that's a name from another country as well. Thank you, brother. Onward.
I might cut his hair into a mullet. First of all, let's address that.
Oh, yeah. Mull that dog up, baby. Dogs have had the same shitty haircuts forever. It's about time we tighten these bitches up. You know what I'm saying? If they're man's best friend, they won't mind if we fucking trim their shit up, fam. Gang, baby, onward.
Mullets on dogs, a new trend, apparently. What you think? But anyway, the reason I'm calling in, man, so I just got a promotion at work, and I live over here on the East Coast, and if everything keeps going in the way that they want it to, then that has gone so far. There's talks about them having me move out west somewhere. A couple different states in play, but the question I have for you is, so my fiance does not want to move from where we are now. I'm not even talking West Coast, just does not want to move. Do I bring it up to her that something might be in play because it's going to be 4 or 5 years down the road, or do we wait until we get to that point?
I think you wait till you get a little closer, man. You don't want to be scaring nobody early. And women, they'll start packing early. Shit, she'll have all your shit packed. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to, you won't be able to get a damn soup spoon for the next 5 years, and you don't even know if you're going. She'll be like, it's in the box. It's in the box. You're looking for a hat or a summer shirt. Something kind of almost strapless summer shirt or whatever. And you can't, it's all in the box, everything. So you don't want to be living out of boxes just because, you know, even if she does start preparing, if she comes around, because they'll pack everything. You know, I used to sleep overnight at my friend Scott's house when I was young, and his mom would make the bed. We'd be still in it. She was just a real clean freak. I'd be in the dang bed. She'd make it. What are you going to do today? I don't know. Try and get out this bed. You know, as I'm pinned down. So, and if your wife refuses to move, that ain't your wife, bro. That's a lady you used to know who's now having to support herself. That's who that is, Bobby. So, but I think you wait and evaluate a little bit closer, man. All right, let's get one more right here. Here we go.
What's up, Theo? This is TK up here in Northeast Missouri.
TK. And I used to know a fella with a one-legged named TK. And I don't know what it stood for, but who cares also what it stands for? Onward. Thank you for calling, man.
Hey, I got a dilemma, and I need you to help me solve it. My girlfriend, she drinks coffee all day. And, you know, she brushes her teeth and stuff all the time, but her breath don't smell right, and it drives me nuts. And I'm just, you know, kind of wondering how I should go about it. Should I just give her hints, or, you know, should I tell her that her breath smells like dookie, or just be upfront about it? I don't know, man. Just let me know what you think I should do, and help me with my problem.
Praise God, brother. And thank you for reaching out to me today about this, man. And this is an issue, I think, in a lot of communities. And actually, I think a lot of communities it's different. A lot of Asian people don't have bad breath, really. You know, they got that fang shui in them, baby. You know, they're all shanged up in their fui, bro. They really, you know, they're all, you know, they eat small things, and it's very digestible, and they can, you know, they'll have a little bit of maybe ravioli or something, but they also follow it up with like an apple cider or something. You know, they drink out of small cups. So they're not just flooding the system, you know. A lot of black people and white people will just flood their system with fucking chicken nuggets and, you know, bullshit and all of this, milkshake. So, you notice a lot of bad breath in your culture, Riley Mao?
I don't.
I knew it. I knew that. Thank you, man. But I would say this: if I dated a girl with bad breath, man, her breath got bad at night, and I was afraid to tell her anything. But I think if it's a girl you love and you're with constantly, I think you slip her a couple mints, you know. And then eventually to say, hey, baby, your breath is not as good as it could be, and I want the most out of you, you know. I want to love you and smell you. And any woman, nobody's going to be mad if you tell them they have bad breath. But it is hard to do. But look, we back you, we support you, and I think that you can do it. So I really believe that you can do it, brother. And look, if somebody leaves you because they have bad breath, dude, fuck them. If they're like, I'm leaving you, then take your little freaking booty mouth and hit the road. You out here fucking swamp chatter, hit the road. So, it's a win-win situation. Now, unless you secretly low-key like having her have bad breath, and maybe that's what's going on as well. I gotta run. Riley Mao, thank you so much for being here. What would your last words be, Riley? Did you get something?
I'll just say, you know, I mean, if I can't, if it is my last words and I can't, you know, have more words, I'll just be like, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Okay. There you go. Even if it's a slaying, you're at a park, somebody stabs you, you know.
I mean, I can't go back in time. If they already stabbed me and I'm already dying, you know, why not? Go out with a bang.
Yeah. I'm out, guys. Peace. Yeah, I like that kind of. It just kind of covers everything, kind of. No matter where you're at, it's kind of okay. It's not really like abrasive to anyone. It's just like, I'm out.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to keep you in my thoughts and prayers, too, to find a love of your life one day, Riley Mal.
Thanks, man.
You know, I believe that she's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Oh, she's out there somewhere. Just don't know where, don't know when.
Yeah. Well, she'll show up, man. Hopefully sooner than later. Maybe. You think you're ready for it now?
Oh, I'm ready.
There you go. Now, those would be my last words, I think. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for the Lord. I'm ready to hit that next level. I'm ready to warp zone. My last words, I'm trying to think, would be, let me think. Somebody stab you or shoot you. And I'll be like, gang, gang. Or maybe I'll be like, bitch better have my money. One of those, man. I would hit him with that gang, gang, or bitch better have my money. But the Dustin Poirier won, man. He won. And it was exciting. We went to an after party after. It was fun. They had, the bottles, just like people doing stuff, like a nice sign. It said Dustin, And it's just cool to watch someone achieve their dream. There's something special about seeing somebody achieve a dream. I think whether it's big or small, it can be some kid getting hitting a baseball for the first time, or even hitting it off the tee. It could be somebody getting their first kiss or touching their first, titty through electric fence like I did. It could be somebody surviving a dog bite or making a casserole that their grandmother used to make. It's beautiful seeing somebody live out a dream, big or small. That's what we're here for, man. I think sometimes it's just to bear witness to even life, which I'm sure was the dream of some higher power. Maybe. I don't know. Baby, but I do know this, man, that I'm on the come up, and you guys can catch us here. We'll be back on another episode soon. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. You can get tickets at theovon.com/tour. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. And I mean that. I'm lucky to be living out one of my dreams. And so much of that is because of you guys. So I hope to meet each and every person that listens to this podcast in person sooner than later. And you guys be good to yourselves. Riley Mal, thank you for coming in, brother.
Thanks for having me, Theo.
You bet, Bubby. All right, gang, baby, we out.